So if if your date forgets their wallet, is it a genuine mistake or a sneaky scam?
What is that?
The red flag I was talking about earlier, like I feel like it goes together as in like
You know what? I've never thought about that. Like, I'm so glad you say this.
it's
I would
kind of
have never
like
thought about
also,
like
it's
that.
kind of like
Welcome to Couples Chaos. Couples Chaos is a hilarious and unfiltered podcast hosted by your one and only Madam Choco and Fresh Flavors. Each episode dives into the highs, lows, and laugh out loud moments of relationships. From first date mishaps to parenting struggles and the everyday absurdities of married life. Couples Chaos is where real talk meets comedy. Whether you're single, dating, or deep in the trenches of marriage, tune in for relatable stories, playful debates, and the kind of laughter that keeps love alive.
Hello, guys. It's
Welcome
us again. Welcome back.
welcome back to
You've
what?
been here before. Welcome back to Couples Chaos.
Couples Chaos.
Your host, Madam Choco, and
Fresh Flavor, the one and only.
thank you for coming back to our channel. And if you're new, welcome.
Hit that subscribe button,
You know what
like,
to do.
share, comment. You know what to do. We
Yeah.
really appreciate you guys, and we want to keep bringing you guys great content.
Yeah.
And the more you guys subscribe, the more we're gonna stay motivated to keep going forward.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the support, y'all.
What we talk about today?
Today is part 2.
Part
Very
2.
much asked for.
Very much asked for.
Yeah,
What they
everybody
asked
they were like, so when are you shooting? You say it was gonna be every Sunday.
Well, no,
We're here.
we're giving you guys a video pretty much every other Sunday for
every
now,
other Sunday.
as you guys may know.
The boys.
It's not
Mr.
about being the
Producer.
boss, like
Mr. Producer
it's the
to us.
chaos. It's the chaos. I also have a lot of things in the family. We
Man.
so we were gonna give it to you guys, and as you can see, we actually still building our studio. So you're gonna see a couple other upgrades as far as our equipment is concerned,
Okay.
and all.
But we hope the voices are coming out better this time.
Yeah, we're gonna work on. I know a lot of people complain on the audio.
Just feedback,
We
and we appreciate that.
We're working on that.
Yay! So
And today we're talking about first date.
part 2.
First date chaos, I guess. I guess that's
First day chaos. I like that.
yeah, first date chaos.
Yes.
And picking up from work. Pretty much, our first date is pretty much a continuous of where we left off on the last episode. So, you guys.
The fun, then we keep talking.
Mhm.
Then we keep talking.
Yeah.
And then we finally decide to meet.
Yeah, we talk on the phone. We talked on the phone for maybe a couple months because I was away on a work trip, right? So I was away from about September until the end of November, I believe, of 2015. Yeah, of 2015, yes.
Was that when you picked me up from the airport when I was coming from Dallas? I might be confused. No. We went on a date first in Silver Spring.
Yeah. I think that
was in November though. I don't remember, but go ahead.
Yeah, I think that picking up from Dallas thing, that's kind of like he's gonna sidetrack me. You kind of
I lost
my
It's
train of thought.
It's okay.
Anyways, so I got back in the DMV area around towards November, but we were talking because I was away for work and we would talk. I was, at this point, I'm still trying to convince her because, we were just on
friends.
talking stage.
Friends.
We are not friends, more than friends, because, you don't know that your friend is interested in you romantically.
Oh yeah, you definitely made yourself very clear.
Yeah, of course. I wasn't trying to be your friend. What am I going to try to be your friend? I got all these games. All the games that I was putting, like calling you at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And
I'll be
every
like, don't
day.
call me baby. And he'll be like, baby, you can be the mother of my kid.
Yeah, I don't trip.
Look at me.
You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game, but it's also.
You played that game right. Whoever taught you
No,
that.
it's not really about playing the game. It's a confidence. But you know one thing though? I don't know. Maybe it's a different topic for one day. But anyway, I come back to DC November, end of November, and we finally gonna see each other, right? And we set up. How was it? Did we set up the first date? Did we?
I'm a little all over the place too, babe. I feel like the first time I saw you, we were going out with Layla and Shanice, and that was November. which was kind of like my birthday-ish. We went out with the Laylas and Shanice. I think that was the first time that I ever saw you.
You were hanging out in DC with Shanice and
Layla.
and her friend. I think it wasn't Layla. I think it was Dada, and you guys were with Dada and Bernie.
Oh yeah.
Right, Shanice is our ex boyfriend, and so yeah, and then you told me where you guys were in DC, somewhere in DC, and I popped up. I popped up, and then we just kind of saw each other.
We were friends.
Yeah, we
I mean, yeah, I guess I was your friend, but you were hitting on me. Yeah.
No, I don't know how I want to consider me, but I was pursuing you.
But you were very respectful.
Yeah, of course. I was at that point. I just know that I was still trying to convince you. I'm hitting on you. I'm doing all the right things to at least not to show you any red flag at this moment. But not that I have any red flags, but I played I play my pursuit right. The way it should have happened as far as how serious I was about her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you pursue somebody in different way depending on what you want nowadays. I don't know what could be the many different reasons.
Yeah.
Physical or whatever. You will go about it differently, and
yeah. And then
that's something that as you get in this type of relationship, meeting people, women and men, you need to know some of this, to read some of those signs and see, what are this person's intentions as far as whatever is like this person. You can tell if somebody's looking for something serious or not. But I was definitely pursuing her in a serious way.
Yeah.
So we saw each other. We saw each other that night, and then
we went to like church or something.
Yeah, and you invited me to church, and then
we went to like a nail shop.
Yeah,
those are like really flags that I'm remembering, because you sat next to me in that shop and let me get my nails done.
Yeah, of course.
That was cute.
Yeah, we did that, and then we finally, it was like, we need to go on a date, and so we went on a date. Finally, downtown Silver Spring. I forget the name of the restaurant, but it's right there in downtown Silver Spring.
Chicken place, no?
It wasn't a chicken place.
Next to the water, right?
It was like right there, right next to the fountain in Silver Spring, where everything is at. So we sat down outside. I like to sit outside, just it wasn't nothing too fancy, and it wasn't fast food either. It was just something that we were both gonna enjoy and just have a good time.
Place,
yeah, and this is actually, at this point, we haven't actually sat down in person and talked. So it was one of those dates that we wanted to set, and I'll also call it a first date at this point. So we sat down and we talked. We have great conversation. And
do you know what we talked about?
We talked about a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, we talked about a lot. No, I feel like also at this point, part of you getting to know me, you had met my family at this point as well.
Because
you came. Yeah, I invited you for Thanksgiving.
You did invite me for Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I invited you for Thanksgiving because you were alone.
Yeah.
And you had nowhere to spend Thanksgiving, and then I invited you for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
That's also part of how serious I was about her. So she met my family.
Brother, ooh.
What happened?
How serious were you about me?
Serious enough to invite you to Thanksgiving. You can ask.
How many girls did you bring to the house to have Thanksgiving?
Ask my family.
Let's just rest that case.
Ask my family.
Okay.
That's my family.
Serious about me, y'all.
Yes, that's my family. They will tell you. I never brought a girl home that I wasn't serious about.
Okay.
Yeah.
We like that.
And it's not a handful of girls. Fast forward. So, we're sitting on our first date, and we had our dinner. We had a great conversation. At this point, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the game. I'm in the game. And she's playing her woman thing, trying to play hard to catch, which I respect. Every woman should play hard to catch. And so and just don't be ghetto or Shanique or whatever about it. There are ways of playing hard to catch.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I guess one of the highlights of the video also is
What?
the highlight of this video of the whole first date.
Oh yeah, so
Highlight it.
yeah, so yeah.
You're gonna say it better.
So yeah, so we we had our dinner, and then it comes that awkward moment of like a bill payment, which I'm a funny guy, so I was being humorous, and when the waiter brought us the bill, I made a joke to the extent of I kind of pushed the bill towards her. I was like, "You paying for it?" You know what I'm saying? And then she like took it serious.
After you just picked out the bill and paid.
Yeah, she literally took it serious. She's like, "Okay, no, I got it, whatever." It's somewhere along that line.
I remember we used to go direct to my friend.
But knowing who she is now, I know the whole reason, the whole motives behind her. Just be like, oh, she at this point she did not let me pay.
No, I wasn't.
Even though I was like, I'm just joking.
With my friends, and when I say I'm gonna pay, I'm gonna pay.
Yeah,
it's not an issue.
Yeah, so which was cool, and it gave me another level of respect and just appreciation and just everything that I was looking for.
Another thing that's hard in 2025. Which woman is gonna pay for a first time bill and ever talk to you again?
Yeah, I mean,
in 2025, in this time of age.
Yeah, I mean,
that means like I think people used to be more like.
It's not about that.
People used to be more genuine.
I feel like it's about just genuinely the type of person that I was, because our relationship took a long time.
Yeah, it did.
And
respectfully.
Respectfully. From like September when we started talking until December, a lot happened that I feel like she was like, she was okay at this point to be like, I'm saying, why not? Even if this guy is joking, I'm saying,
and you said even that joke, like that moment of me doing that, kind of made you feel a different type of way towards me, like it was like a point.
Yeah, it was definitely a point. You know what I'm saying? Because it tells you a lot about a woman. Because finances is one of the main reasons people are divorcing today, sadly enough. You know what I'm saying? So
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have an episode about finances and relationship, and why is they such a distractive thing in today's couples relations.
Yeah,
especially when I'm talking about marriage now. That's the number one reason for divorce is finances. And so and
it went well.
Yeah, that date went well. That date went very, very well. She paid. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I've been repaying her since.
Yeah. I was gonna be like, does that mean that I paid my dues in the beginning, guys?
I've been repaying her.
Now
since.
We don't have to get a penny out of our pocket.
I mean, and it's not about that. For me, it's not about that.
No, I think you're just a good family man.
Yeah, that way.
I think you have,
especially when the way my views on money are like very, very. I like to be.
You're not stingy.
Yeah, it's not even about being stingy. It's stingy because where money can take people. And I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
There are a lot of stories about money involving my family personally, my mom, my dad, myself, that kind of like taught me a very good life lesson that if I owe somebody, I don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? If I owe somebody money, I don't sleep. If my family I cannot provide for them, I feel like actually this is one of my biggest fear, right? Being broke. I've told you this.
You have.
I'm not afraid of.
May you not be broke in the name of Jesus.
Yeah, we will never be broke. That's one of the things. I'm scared of being broke more than I'm scared of dying.
Wow. I mean, you never died and been broke, though.
Yeah, of course.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our first date.
That was
But
our
we
first
wanted to
date.
bring something new to the video.
Yeah, we just wanted to kind of spice it up, you know.
Spice it up. You know, some people say the video was short last time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give you guys a little bit extra time,
Mm-hmm.
not too much to make this boring. And if anything, again,
Yeah, and really, these videos are gonna be longer.
Put in the
as we
comments
put
if you
in,
want it
it's just
longer, if 30 minutes okay. Just let us know.
Yeah, these first few ones are kind of like we're getting like, you know, we got how we met out of the way, the first date out of the way, and our next episode will be about something else.
Yeah.
But so,
and we're gonna try stuff like Q&As, like whatever you guys want us to talk about. We're gonna try to do some fun things, just like to keep you guys engaged, and you know, so that you guys
and
can
give you guys
so
give you guys perspectives, give you guys chaotic perspective. So yeah, what we did, we came up with some questions that, you know, we were just gonna ask each other, and you know, we could have different opinions about it, or similar opinion about it, and then just you know, we just talk about it. And
we haven't read these questions together. I also want to highlight that me and you have never really done something like this.
No,
we've never done something like this. We've never played like those dating cards where you like get to like.
But these are questions that we came up with ourselves.
We came up with ourselves, but we haven't like read them together and answered the questions yet. Just letting them know that me personally, this is my first time reading this because I've got to produce.
Let's give it to them. Let's go.
All right. So
first question.
Who should pay on the first date and why?
You want me to go first?
Go first, and I'll go second.
Who should pay on the first date? I personally feel like the man should pay, and or also no, depending on the situation, depending on. So, me and Linda took us 5 months until we finally went on our first date. So that's part of the reason why she ended up paying. But I feel like the longevity of how long you've known each other determines who pays. For instance, if you've only known each other for like a week, and also nowadays there's all kinds of different beliefs out there as far as like, you know, people want to believe whoever invite on the first date is the one paying, but traditionally the man is going to invite on the first date. So giving that perspective of things, I believe whoever invites on the date should always pay. First of all, whoever invites on the first date for a date should always pay. But the first date, more than likely the man is going to be the one inviting, so the man should pay. Me and Linda, it happened differently. You know, for me, you know, I jokingly say that's, you know, she ended up paying for a different reason, and for you know, however in the long our relationship we had. So yeah, I feel like yeah. I feel like I've answered it.
Yeah, you have. I feel like I'm sure there are some people that are watching that have maybe paid for their first date. I feel like it depends on who you are on the date with. But in 2025, fellas, I think it's just safe for the men to pay.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Because I feel like, you know, that's what you just said. Yeah, I feel like times and things changes, and to be on the safe side, if you like this girl, whenever you go on a first date, I don't know, if she really insists to pay, then go ahead. But it might not happen.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
We're gonna avoid that. The man pays.
If you have this relationship that's like fluid, you know, and the woman is comfortable paying, you know, there's no shame in that for fellas at all. You know, like I say, this is all part of the learning experience. That's, you know, I said last time, and I feel like I'll continue to say this phrase a lot in this show. The culture is in the language. The truth is in the language. You know, listen whenever, you know, people are talking, and you will get a lot of information from it.
Yeah. Question number 2: should you split the bill, or is that an automatic red flag? I think our answer earlier just answered this.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, because splitting the bill is like one of those topics out there, right? Splitting the bill is just kind of corny when it's two people sitting at the table. I understand it makes sense when it's on the group setting, but if it's just me and her, and then like I say, the first date, definitely the man is paying. You know, this pertains to like all the dates. So you
Yeah.
split the bill. Like I say,
Oh, it's like different dates.
yeah, of course, yeah. So like in the future, who's paying?
A couple should split the bill.
Yeah, if a couple should split the
I
bill,
feel like
I feel like
the cultures
yeah,
are different.
like going back to what I was saying before, you in this relationship, depending on how fluid that relationship is, I feel like my woman can feel like, oh, I'm taking you out to eat, right? Type of deal. Or we're going out this Friday. If she mentions it, I feel like, at least for me, if I mention that I'm taking you out this Friday, or we going out this Friday, I'm prepared. I'm preparing my pocket.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm preparing my pocket. For me, I'm preparing my pocket if it's just between me and her.
Yeah.
So in that situation, I'm not expecting her to come out of pocket at any time of the date at all.
Yeah.
Because this is something that I'm pre I'm pre-planning. I'm planning ahead of time, which in today's, you cannot step out of your house without spending money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, finances is part of it.
Yeah.
So at that point, I would not expect you to split the bill. And then again, your relationship will get serious at some point, and like we say, the future, you will start having conversation about the future. So savings might be something that you might start thinking in terms of being together, right? So your finances might be something that will probably be like, oh, at least me, I will not be looking at it like, oh, at this point, like, I'm going out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, if I'm long term and I'm serious about somebody, I am also not looking at like finances like something like, what does she have? Because I feel like at this point we should at least know. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you, I feel like, a year into our relationship, like whenever we were going out, it was kind of just like a together thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, like you know how much money I have, and I should probably know how much money you have. So if we're going out and like you feel like, oh, you feel like, oh, you're not gonna let me spend by myself, right? It should come down to that, And if you're the type of woman that just lets your guy like spend, that's where things kind of get a little bit selfish in a way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, at least for me, like I say, my views on money, my perspective on it are totally different from everybody else.
Yeah.
But at least for me and Linda, it was that way. And I got that sense our first date point because she paid for our first date. So at this point, you know what I'm saying? If money and everything and how serious I was about her was just a matter of, you know what I'm saying? Like, are we having fun? You know what I'm saying? Are we enjoying each other's time or not? I'm not gonna sit here and worry about, even if we went to McDonald's, even if we went to Chick-fil-A or Chipotle, at this point it's about the experience, and then there will be those times where you want to splurge her on something fancy. That's okay. So yeah.
I think I'm in the same boat with you.
You're in the same boat? Yeah, definitely in the same boat. I mean, she followed the leader.
Yeah, I think so. I feel like once it's two, and you're really trying to build something, there is no 50-50. I feel like, splitting the bill, it's a friendship thing. It's a group setting thing. But if it's a me and you think, like you say, it doesn't matter if the woman is like, hey, I feel a little extra, extra good today. Let me pay for these bills. That's fine. Good for you.
And there's no shame in that.
Or the man can be like, hey, let's go out, which normally that's what ends up happening to the man who's like,
and what's money for already?
But
money
50-50 is like a, I don't know, it's like a friendship thing.
Yeah, money's for enjoyment.
Yeah. Question number 3: what's the best way to make a great first impression on a date? The best way
to make a great first impression for, I guess I'll respond for guys and you respond for the women. For me, the best way to make a great first impression on a date will be, number one, your mannerism.
Oh, like if I like eat and like.
No. I'm talking about me. I'm talking.
But the man.
Are you the man? Can I bring my first date experience?
Yeah.
I was talking, baby. They told you last time. You keep cutting me off.
I wasn't cutting you off. I just asked.
But I was still talking though. I'm talking for me. Okay. This is the way I will give my best first date impression to you. My manners is one of them, right? Okay. One of the manners would be to pull a chair for you, to hold the door for you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So all of these things are making a great first date impression.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, I don't know what it is for you. Like I say.
I think I just understood it a little different, which was what is something
read that question again.
I know. I understood the question. I thought it was like, what is something that a person can do that is a great manner? I don't know how to
Either way, what is
that's why
this is one way. This is one way I will make a great first impression. I will open the door for you.
Show your good manners.
Yeah, of course, a great first impression. But that's what I'm saying. My manner is one of the way I'll make a great first time impression by my mannerism.
Yeah.
Which will be holding the door for you, opening the door, pulling the chairs for you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe ordering a dessert for you or something like that. And I feel like, a woman can appreciate a man who can step in and kind of like order food for her, because I like my food in a way. And on the first date, my manner will be one of the way I will try to utilize to make a great first date impression.
That's good.
What is it for you?
What's the best way to make a great first impression on a date? I personally feel like on a first date or on any date when you're trying to get to know somebody, just showing that you are in the moment, maybe like not being too much on your phone, or not showing that you are not in the moment. Just like focusing on the person you're talking to, listening to them, just showing that you are interested, showing that I'm listening to you, I'm interested, I'm eager to get to know you. I feel like that's something that I will do to show a good impression.
Being interactive
and just being in the moment. Yes.
And can you just not lock your phone so that you don't spend too much time trying to unlock it?
That's not even a thing.
That's like for me. 4, I'm like a.
Is it okay to plan a budget-friendly first date, or does that scream cheap?
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. There's a lot of budget-friendly first date out there. I mean, a first date could be like literally like me inviting Linda for Thanksgiving could have been kind of our first date. Yeah, but I felt like we actually got to know each other a lot too at my house when you came over for Thanksgiving. So that was free. That was a free date. But like I said, money is not an issue. Anybody can make money. Everybody makes money. You know what I'm saying? Especially nowadays. Even a homeless person makes money.
Yeah.
Think about that. So, like I say, it's sad that it's the number one reason people are breaking up out there. But it's something that everybody has.
Yeah. I feel like wherever you go, it's not about how much the food is. I feel like it's about reading your person and like looking at somebody and be like, okay, let's go to this McDonald's. It might be somewhere quiet, It's just about like where are we sitting. Yeah, I feel like anywhere where it can be at a park,
Don't tell me your thing
it
is
can be at a park,
was office all the time.
eating, whatever you want to eat, or just in a park. I think it's good. Yeah, it can be anywhere. It doesn't have to cost too much money. It can be anywhere as long as you're with somebody and you're connecting with them, and and you eat something, because hunger is the worst thing. Hunger is the baddest one. But as long as you have something in your stomach, whatever you're eating and you're talking to someone, it doesn't matter where you are.
Like I say, money conversations to me in a relationships are very useless when it's divisive. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
feel like if the money, I feel like, okay, let me give you this perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of women out there that will literally watch their guy, their man, their significant other spend their last $200, $300 for a dinner date. You know what I'm saying?
They're reading somebody.
Yeah.
Know
So-
who you're talking to.
So if you're a guy, you feel like you trying to give your woman whatever, but at the same time, it's like it should make you think about it, like, especially if you know that she knows that, this is maybe the only $200 you got, but all she's worried about is wanting to make you feel bad because maybe you didn't take her out to this nice place. You know what I'm saying? It's okay, maybe I can take you to, I like salad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe we can go grab a little, salad bar or something, like seriously, I don't really eat meat like that anymore. So
So I think I feel the same way.
Mm.
I said how I felt before you said that, but question number 5: how long should a first date last before it starts getting awkward?
How long should a first date start before it starts getting awkward?
I have a good answer for that. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, I've been starting first because
Really?
I kind of don't understand. I think you wrote that question, so go ahead.
But yeah, no, I feel like it doesn't matter. It depends on how you're connecting with that person. I feel like if I'm not feeling you, even the next 5 minutes is not gonna 5 minutes, right? But if I'm feeling you, I've heard people that've been on a date for like almost 24 hours. Like they meet and they just don't want to get away from each other.
That's how it was for us.
Yeah, I feel like it really depends on how you're feeling the person.
That's how.
Sometimes when you're feeling the person, none of you guys want to go home. Like, to be honest. But when it's like then let's just.
So if I try to understand that question, it's kind of like asking.
Yeah, how long should a first date last until it starts becoming awkward?
Okay, so I don't know.
What do you think?
I don't know, because I'm the type of guy where like I feel like men are not bothered so much by awkwardness than women are.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like if a guy is into you already, they're not really gonna care if you like they're not gonna be awkward, or at least they're not gonna try to create these awkward moments,
Okay.
so I feel like it's one of those questions that like that's reserved for like the ladies.
Hey.
Yeah, because I don't think guys are. Fellas, are you guys bothered by awkwardness? I mean, I don't think guys really care.
A guy will not be sitting on a date with a girl and then feeling like, oh my god, when is it gonna be time for me to go home?
But then again, a guy is not gonna invite like a girl. I feel like the only time where it would get awkward for me if I was sitting on a date with a woman that I'm not already attracted to begin with, right? So those possibilities for guys are like slim, because I'm not gonna put myself in that situation with
Yeah.
somebody that I'm not into.
But
Therefore,
the men are the one that invite you on
Exactly.
a date. So they're selective of like, hey, can you go on a date with me?
right.
And
So
if I already say that, that means I have some type of
yeah,
attraction to you.
unless
But since you're the one that get chosen,
unless I was okay,
okay, let's go.
okay, unless I was catfished. You know what I'm saying? Then it'll be like, you know,
Even just catfish. You know,
'Cause, yeah,
sometimes you can see someone like a dating. Let's go dating app since we're talking about catfish. You can see someone on the dating app, and then you feel like they're pretty.
your
You
mic was
go,
not
you
charged.
know, it's okay. You go on a date.
Yeah,
I'm
but
pretty
it's not
loud. I
okay
think it's okay.
because I'm connected, so everything is not coming through here, which means we have to share this.
That's fine.
Yeah, whenever you're talking, you don't have to clip it. Whenever you're talking, just hold it.
Okay.
You-
So I think I'm pretty loud. You guys could hear me, but I was saying that you can be on a dating app, and then you can talk to somebody on the dating app, either text messages or like phone calls or whatever, and you feel like, okay, go on a date. You get on that date as a man, and the chemistry is just not there, and it becomes awkward, huh?
I mean, I don't think it wouldn't be so much of like an awkward thing for me. I think it would probably just be like, it's not what I expected. Because awkwardness to me would be kind of like, it would be awkward for me to be on a date with like I say it's a girl thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a girl thing because I won't put myself in a situation, at least, like I say, for a guy to step out, unless they were catfish, they're not gonna already have that physical attraction either, even if they saw just your picture, right? I have to at least see it. Just like you saw my picture before you agreed to give my number for me to get your number, right? Yeah. So it would have become awkward for you maybe when you got on the phone that night, and then I was talking about some random stuff that's not interesting to you, so it might have become awkward to you, but at least you see what I'm saying? Yeah, so I think women get that feeling more than guys do, at least for me. You feel different, but
no, I don't feel different. I agree. I agree that if it's like I agree that mostly it's the men that invites on a date. So that means that they will mostly get to
like women, you guys, you've gone. I'm pretty sure you've gone on some dates where you were like, what the fuck is it?
Most of them. Number 6. What's the biggest first date turn off?
The biggest first date turn off. For you.
Wait, I thought you'll start.
Okay.
Reading.
The biggest first date turn off. For me. Then again, I was kind of like a different guy, man. Like
really? Okay, let me say
like
mine.
I've only like I went on dates with people that I was into. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't gonna spend my time, waste my time on somebody that I wasn't interested in. I'm sorry. And so for that say, like, I never put myself in the situation where I was in front of somebody that was gonna turn me off.
Yeah, but like even if you like interested in that person, going on the first date means you're sitting down, you're talking, you're getting to know this person. Like what is something that they might do, like mannerism?
That's what I'm saying. My first date, if we're gonna get on the first date,
that means you've seen somebody
that means
to know,
we'll
like,
probably talk on the phone
stuff.
enough, or at least talk on the phone enough for me to know you. I'm a very good judge of character. And which is a great attribute to have, because like I don't it saves you from putting yourself in a situation where you're gonna waste time, and I don't like to waste time. Like that's one of the things that you never get back. It's your time. So Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with my answer. Like, really, I've lived my life in such a way where, like, I've never felt like, I'm gonna put myself where, like, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
What,
Yeah, I feel like
what's your answer?
my first date turn off will be somebody who talks a lot about themselves and their exes. Brother, we are not here to talk about your ex, and we're not
Like
here
a
to just
nonsense.
listen to you. I want to get to know you. Give me time for you to get to know me too. Don't just like a yappy 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 yappy. Because at some point when you want to listen to somebody, you listen, but when you realize that somebody's just talking about themselves, it gets to a point where you're not even listening. Like, I wanted to get to know you, but like you're just talking way too much about you. Now you're at a point where I don't want to know the color of your caleçon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just
Yeah.
talking about exes, bro.
That's why.
Come on. There's a reason why they're exes.
Unless you're there to just talk about your ex and
Yeah,
use this person as a therapy session.
unless you're like, so for me, somebody, especially guys that talk about their exes,
Mhm.
I feel like they do it so that they can kind of make their woman insecure. So that's
No,
a
it just
big
means you're still into your
no. They're making your new woman insecure.
ex.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Yeah,
Go on.
So
Go
that's
heal.
a big red flag, ladies. If you don't,
Go heal.
if you don't want to be insecure,
I know.
yes, don't date a guy that is not healed. And the red flag of a guy who is not healed
Mhm.
is somebody who talks about their exes.
Yeah. Would you go on a second date with someone who was glued to their phone? I'll give you guys my answer.
What?
He said, would you go on a second date with somebody who was glued to their phone?
I mean,
I gave my answer.
phones are kind of like a normal thing now. We can't knock it, but it will all, for me, it will all,
Glued.
it will all, I mean, a lot of people, you glue on your phone now, and we married. We married, but you glue it on your
We're
phone.
talking about a second.
But I'm
Let's
saying though,
stay on the subject.
like if we married though, you glue on your phone. It doesn't bother me. But because that's what I'm saying though. It's one of those things again, depending on the relationship you have,
Yeah.
and it's okay. I mean, but for a first date, I could say second date.
Would you go on a second date?
After somebody being glued on the
first
phone,
date?
on the first date. It will all depends, on this. Like I say, I don't think guys will. This is something that it will bother women more than it will bother guys, right? At least I don't think a lot of guys will really mind it, because like I don't mind you always on your phone.
Okay. Well, we're not on the second date, and I'm an influencer.
No. What is it for you?
I'm glued to my phone.
What is it for you? How would you? Would you go on a second date?
No, somebody that was good on their phone? No.
Okay.
No, I said that from the beginning. Like, this is a first date. I said that on like question 3 or whatever. But it's our first date. I'm here to get to know you. You're here to get to know me. If you're on your phone, that means you're either not interested in me or you've got somebody else that you're talking to. So no, come on your off time or something.
I feel like but it's one of those perspectives, kind of like with the one of the answers the question we had earlier. Like women will answer
differently.
Yeah.
What's worse, showing up late to a first date or overdressing, underdressing?
Or underdressing. So what's worse, showing up late on the first date or overdressing or underdressing on the first date?
Underdressing.
Underdressing.
You are never too overdressed.
How
come late? Late, underdressed or overdressed?
So you would rather be late than underdressed?
I would come in 15 minutes late, but I've gotta look correct. I have to come correct.
Okay, so for a guy, would you allow that?
I'd rather see you come a little late, look good, smell good. Don't come here with your crazy t-shirt talking about you came here on time. For what? You tell me. That's from my perspective. From my perspective, look correct.
For me, I don't think, first of all, anybody will want to underdress on the first date. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just second nature. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's your first date.
Yeah.
You're
First
looking correct.
impression.
So, by you showing up late though, I will not have you show up late.
On the first date?
On the first day,
People do it on purpose sometimes. Especially women, we come in a little late so we can have like a little entrance.
No.
I mean, am I crazy?
How much late? It
Like
depends.
5 minutes.
5 minutes is not late though. That's not woman
not
late.
late.
Woman late is an hour late.
No,
Linda, you
not
not
late
know.
enough. At a date?
You and I know.
Not at a date. Not at a date.
You and I know.
You think I'm gonna go on a date an hour late?
You even late for somebody's wedding. Of course. Women are late for some people's wedding.
Well,
of course. You're gonna be late for a date.
Okay.
But that's woman late is an hour late though. An hour late. I'd rather see you
You can't
underdressed.
go an hour late on a date.
Come underdressed.
You like can't come underdressed.
And on time. Come underdressed on time. Next question.
Okay, if you agree with Junior's answer of come underdressed. Underdressed. We're talking about t-shirts, guys.
Leave in a comment.
And
I'd rather you come underdressed on time. Because
come dressed right and late.
Underdressed on time.
Okay, number 9. We have 2 more questions, guys. What's a major red flag someone can show within the first 10 minutes? Red flag.
What's a major red flag that someone
Give me a
can
red
show
flag.
within the 10 minutes of what?
Of a first date.
Of a first date. I think the first red flag would probably be like, at least for a guy, if a guy that you know that might look like somebody that you know he's somebody who drinks alcohol, right? And on the first date they don't order alcohol. That's a big red flag.
Ay, dada.
Yeah.
Explain. What if he's not feeling good or she's not feeling good?
Why would you go on a date if you're not feeling good?
What if he's on like a dry
if
January?
I'm not ready to
dry January.
Dry January. Question number 10. Let's do question number 10.
Yeah. If your date forgets their wallet, is it a genuine mistake or is it a sneaky scam?
So if your date forgets their wallet, is it a genuine mistake or a sneaky scam?
What is it?
What do you think?
I think it's a sneaky scam.
Why?
Either you're scamming me or you are not serious enough to forget your wallet. And
yeah,
on the first date, you are not serious, you are not considerate.
I feel like yeah, that's definitely a sneaky scam type of thing. You know, it's kind of like the red flag I was talking about earlier. You know, like I feel like it goes together, as in like somebody who's ordering water on the first date that you know they drink alcohol. You know
what? I've never thought about that like that. I'm so glad you say this.
You know, it's kind of like it's kind of like somebody telling you they forgot their wallet on the first date. Yeah. You know, that's a scam.
And we are glad to be closing on the same answer and same views.
It was the same view and same answer.
Yeah, but y'all, that was our episode
numero dos
of Couples Chaos.
Chaos, the one and only show.
We hope you guys liked it, and thank you so much for all the 4,000. I think 4.2k views. We love you. Keep it coming. Thank you guys for engaging on social media and sharing. And
you know, really
thank you for the comments.
You guys, great stuff. You know. As chaotic as that was. Your host Fresh Flavor once again. Until next time,
Madam Choco. We'll see you guys next time.
Stay chaotic.
Stay blessed.
Boom.